Welcome back to the Ivory Show here on News and Talk 1380 WAOK. Because I love you, Square Biz. Square Biz. Okay. We had our update. How adorable was President Obama on Jimmy Fallon last night? 448922703 if you want to make any comments. Let's talk Deion Sanders, okay? His wife was released. She wants a fair shake over the charges that were filed against her. Okay, we basically understood what happened. She was arrested on domestic violence charges related to an incident that happened on Monday night after a series of bizarre tweets were sent by Deion Sanders. Basically, she attacked him with a friend in his bedroom is what he tweeted, and that he was praying for his kids. They just witnessed their mother and a friend jump me in my room. He first tweeted on Monday at 6:15 p.m. She's going to jail. I'm pressing charges. Later, he tweeted not far after that, I'm sad my boys witnessed this mess, but I warned the police department here and that she was going to try and harm me and my boys. This is it on my mama. They have 3 boys. He has 2 children from another marriage. He said his kids are scared for their life. They just saw 2 women jump their dad in his own house, in his room. It's sad. I have locks on my doors right now. Is somebody going to have to die, is what he said. Here's the deal. In February, she followed this. The couple's been married since 1999, and you know they started a reality show, Deion and Pilar, Primetime Love. I never watched it, but a lot of people did, evidently. The marriage soared, however, and then the 2 were in the midst of a very bitter divorce. She filed suit against her husband and his aunt. She said that the aunt attacked her in their, check this out, 10-bedroom, 29,000 square foot home in Prosper, Texas. Now, they agreed to continue to live in the home together during this bitter divorce because supposedly the home is so big that one can live on one side and the other can live on the other. But evidently there's a clear path to his room from the house because she got there and started attacking him on Monday night. She also filed a separate lawsuit against Deion and his daughter DeAndrea from another marriage after she called her stepmother a gold-digging and the #1 gold digger of the year in a series of Twitter posts. And that lawsuit demands $200 million in damage for libelous and slanderous comments. She's a stay-at-home mom. $200 million for slander against her. You know, Deion himself yesterday was cited for misdemeanor simple assault in the wake of this altercation, but it was not thought for him to be arrested. So basically, they arrested her, she got out. After they talked to him some more, they found that he may have shoved her or something like that. Who knows what went first? He could have been just trying to get her off of him, and then they just had to file a misdemeanor simple assault against him as well, but it did not warrant an arrest, and that's why he did not go to jail. But why would you be still living in I don't care how big a house is. If you're in a bitter divorce, you should not be in the same house with the person that you're in a bitter divorce. Now, this is just what I thought. Oh, by the way, the judge has ordered her to stay away from their home for 60 days. So she can't come back to the house for 2 months. So she's going to have to live somewhere else for 2 months, and the attorneys are saying that they can't talk about it, but there's 2 sides to every story, and it will come out. And she says that she can't get a fair shake over a man who is thought to be a hero in the world of sports and a loved public citizen. Well, the public citizens and the sports people are not the ones determining the divorce case. So to me, that's completely irrelevant and doesn't even matter. But here's the thing I started thinking about the whole thing. Can a man ever get a fair shake in a divorce or even in an assault type of case in this situation? Because if she did in fact attack him with a friend, he could never attack back, right? I mean, we know that. That's just not something a man can do with a woman, especially in a divorce situation, and walk away from it not getting some kind of, you know, charge that no doubt is going to be bigger and stronger than any charge on a woman. That's the first thing. Is it fair how a man has to react to a woman when she jumps on him in these kind of bitter divorce cases? The second thing, should it have an impact on how much money he pays out to her? I was thinking, does it matter if a person is a gold digger or not? I mean, I guess you know that going in, right? They've been married since 1999. They did a television show together, and now she wants $200 million. Well, here's the thing. She probably won't get it anyway because, first of all, Deion made $40 million last year from an NFL analyst pay, from his stake in other football teams, and from his NFL pension. So even if he has savings and everything, I don't think with that salary, and probably it will decline as the years go on. I mean, I hope not, but maybe so. I don't know that it would amount to $200 million. And even if it sort of did, is $200 million seem fair, and they're going through all of this? I mean, I don't know. Women chime in, men chime in. I'm trying to figure out if Deion Sanders could ever get a fair shake against his wife, who's suing him for $200 million and acting violent towards him. 44892-2703, 44892-2703. Daryl, how are you?
Hi, Mo. How are you?
Great.
First of all, I'd like to say, as an African-American male
in the United States of America, Deion Sanders cannot get a fair shake in the court system. Personally, I don't feel that his wife deserves anything, and I'm going to tell you the reason why. She did not help Deion Sanders make one tackle. She did not help Deion Sanders lift one weight. So therefore, I don't think that she deserves any of his money. It would be the same for me if I married a woman of tremendous wealth and all of a sudden I wanted half of her money, or $200 million. If I did not help her achieve the money, then I don't think that I'm entitled to the money.
Daryl, when you say that she never helped him achieve the money, first of all, she raised 3 kids so that he didn't have to stay home and do anything at home as it related to raising the children. And we all know in a system of marriage in the United States, if a woman decides since 1999 to be the homemaker and the husband is the provider, just as if the husband were the homemaker and the women were the provider, that he has taken on the presumptive role of providing a lifestyle for her. And so there's no argument about whether or not she helped him tackle or helped him become an analyst or anything. That's not the standard or the burden of proof that she's going to have in a courtroom. She was his wife for over 10 years, and she's going to get paid.
I can understand where you are coming from, and I respect your opinion tremendously, sister. However, we had a case in the state of California when I was a young teenager where a young lady who was a professor at the University of California, Berkeley, and was head of the English department, married the gentleman that owns the Napa Valley in Northern California. After about 2 or 3 years of marriage and having 2 or 3 kids by this gentleman, she went to the court system of the state of California and told the judge, quote, she no longer knew how to take care of herself. Now, this is a woman with a master's degree in English. Now, I'm asking you, do you think because she went into the courtroom and all of a sudden, here's a person with a master's degree and says to the judge that she no longer knows how to take care of herself, do you think that she would be entitled?
Absolutely, because if for the past, say for the beginning of their relationship, she was an English teacher, and then after, say for 10 years or whatever was the amount of time, she then became a stay-at-home wife, making it possible for him to run the Napa Valley wineries or whatever it was that he had. Well, then that was the position that she assumed after that, and her skill sets were depleted in English because she stayed as an English teacher, because she stayed home. Whether or not we like it or it's logical, all I'm saying is that's the way the courts view it, and especially in California. You don't stand a chance in hell in California if you've been married to somebody for a while of prevailing on any arguments. It's a 50-50 state, and that is it. Now, I'm not sure what the rule is in Texas, but I'm going to tell you what, 200 million, 100 million, 50 million, she is not going to be broke by any stretch of the imagination. So Pilar can cry, she can go to jail, she could do all that, and let me tell you, in a year from now, she'll be shopping at Saks, just like she's been used to all the time. But thank you for your phone call, and you know, just wanting to get a male perspective, because what I don't think is fair, let me say this, is that women do use the laws of divorce and the laws that are in their favor to act wild and to do things that they know will reap them financial benefits in the end, like marrying, you know, seeking out and marrying ball players, seeking out a pregnancy, I mean, listen, Brielle Hunter, Edwards' mistress, was no different than anybody else. She found a presidential candidate, got on a bus, started having these intimate chats with him, and then got pregnant. And how's she living right now? real lovely. And now the wife is out of the way, so she got a real good deal. Unless he may go to jail. But that's okay, because he's still going to have to continue paying her child support and paying everything else that he pays her right now. So we're talking about Deion Sanders. 404-892-2703. Are the laws stacked against men when they are, you know, presumptively, let's say, married to a gold digger and a beating one at that? 404-892-2703. Just wondered what your thoughts on that. We're here on the Mo Ivory Show. It's News and Talk 1380 WAOK. Check me out on Facebook, facebook.com/Mo Ivory. And also follow me on Twitter at Mo Ivory. We're going to take all your calls. Ladies, I'm wondering what you feel about this. Does it matter if a woman is a gold digger or not? Does she get paid even if she beats her husband in the middle of a bitter divorce? Let's see what the men think. Let's see what the women think. 404-892-2703. News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
Live from the WAOK News Center, here's 3 things you need to know.
AP Update. I'm John Belmont. Homeland Security Secretary Janet Napolitano